Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Thank you for being with us today on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3. I saw you kind of smile when I was telling you that I drove by Raiderville this morning. I had some extra time, and then I drove through the stadium parking lot. And
I smiled because you said you drove through the stadium.
Oh, drove through the stadium. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were thinking I was like on the field and stuff like that.
No, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking that you misspoke.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, I think you do some crazy things, as we found out yesterday. But I didn't think that you took your jalopy, as you like to say. And,
jalopy.
He's at the 10. He's at the 20.
No, but I could absolutely see him doing that if they let him.
Do some donuts down there. That'd be cool.
No, it wouldn't.
Well,
that's our field. Don't disrespect our field.
I don't want to mess it up. Yeah.
Don't do it on somebody else's, not ours.
Yeah, don't want to mess it up. I met a couple of Morning Drive listeners at halftime last night in United Supermarkets Arena. I met Jim and his son-in-law Chris, who is the father of his phenoms. So it was nice to meet those guys last night amongst the other folks that I met as well and talked to. Just exchanged, glances and handshakes and things along those lines. So that was fun. Somebody says this off the Yates Flooring Center chat line. No mention of Groves, 16 rebounds. Yeah, that's impressive. 6 offensive and 10 defensive. He led the Red Raiders in rebounds with 16. He had 7 points. Too bad he couldn't get a double-double. No double-doubles last night for the Red Raiders. There was one for Lindenwood, actually 2.
Well, Christian Anderson had double-double.
I guess he did, yeah, 34 points and 11 assists. Yeah, you're right. If he'd have had 3 more rebounds, he'd have had a triple-double. Yeah, now you're in real tall cotton there. Robert Lewis had 10 and 12 for Lindenwood, and another guy had a double-double too. Milos Ninadic, 12 and 11 for him last night. Number 7, he fouled out of the ball game as well. How about Christian Anderson drawing 10 fouls last night and committing just 1? That's really impressive.
Yeah, he's quick, no doubt. He's a tough guard, the way he can shoot from the outside, but then also beat you off the dribble too. Yeah, tough guy to defend.
Somebody wanted to know if I honked my horn to wake them up. No, that'd be rude. It's 5:40 in the morning. No reason to do that. No reason to, stir the masses over there. And I do not. This is a question off the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Does Chuck drive a wood panel station wagon? No, but my
gold-plated. It's gold-plated station wagon, and it's not wood.
I vividly
don't disrespect the gold plates.
I vividly remember my parents buying a wood-paneled, brand-new station wagon off the floor at Bill Woods Ford. Okay, and it had in the back. It had the 2 seats. It had the back end, the door opened like a car door, or it could open like a tailgate. And there were 2 little small bench seats in there. That's where my brother and I had to sit, all the way in the back end, until we got too big. So that thing was a beast. Big dude from Lindenwood had a triple-double.
I don't think he messed around.
He didn't, but I'm not seeing a triple-double for anybody. Nobody had a triple-double last night. Let's see. Which would you all prefer? A first-round bye or a home game at the Jones? Personally, I would rather have the home game for the community and to show off our stadium. Yeah, but if the end result is to get to the national championship game, what's better for your team? To keep playing and avoid potential injury, etc., keep your rhythm going, or to have a home football game? Do you have a thought on that?
I think it's better for the team to have the bye.
Yeah.
I mean, it guarantees you're on to the second round. You stay healthy, you get rested, Guys, maybe they're a little banged up, get a week to rest and recoup. You can sit there and scout your opponent while they're, your two opponents, while they're focusing on somebody else. You get to focus on them. I get the point about the community, and as a fan, I think it would be a lot of fun to have a home game here at Jones Stadium. But, I mean, if ultimately it's about getting to that next round and giving yourself the best chance to win in the next round, I think the easy answer is there to take the bye.
Order of want. Bye week, home game to play in the college football playoff.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be thrilled with any of them, but you'd be more thrilled with other ones.
Yes. I would rather know we've already made it to the second round.
There's no question that first week we'd all be just chomping at the bit, and we'd all be jealous of the teams that are playing.
Yeah.
And the fan bases that are getting ready for it and excited and all the above. But at the same time, we would know, at least I think we would, that that's better for the team.
Yeah. And then we'd be doing all those stories on, well, this team got a bye and it was flat. And it's game against blah, blah, blah. And you have to avoid that.
Well, you got to avoid playing blah, blah, blah. They seem to have a really good team.
Yeah.
We would be doing all those stories. We would. Stories do we do, Chuck?
Well, on the Double T Sports Network, by our fine staff,
Okay.
We hire new people, Jamie?
No, we've got a good crew. We got a good cadre of fine people that do outstanding work with great articles. How about
sure we didn't hire new people, Jamie?
How about Jacob Rodriguez named a semifinalist for the Butkus Award? Also recognized as a semifinalist for the Lombardi Award, along with David Bailey. Tech's the only one that's got two teams from the with two players in that Lombardi award list.
It's pretty impressive, right?
It's very impressive.
There's only 12 of them or 15?
Yeah.
15, and you get two of them?
Yeah. The Butkus semifinalists include players from Georgia, Oregon, Indiana, Cincinnati, Texas, Alabama, Buffalo, Red Murdoch, Ohio State.
Can he move on to the professional team there? They could use him on defense.
Could use some help, yeah. Michigan, Ohio State. So, yeah, good list there. Good list there. None of last year's bye teams did not win, okay? So they all won. All of last year's bye teams won. Okay.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today is November 5th, 2025. With this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
Going in the Wayback Machine to start things off today.
Right.
1925. With 12 touchdowns, Texas Tech routs Wayland 120-0 for the Red Raiders' fourth straight win in their first football season.
100 years ago.
1940. Former baseball player for the Washington Senators, Walter Johnson, loses the Maryland congressional race. 1971. NBA LA Lakers start a 33-game consecutive victory streak.
Thunder's 8-0 to start the season.
1982, so 11 years later, we get the flip side of that. Cleveland Cavaliers lose their 24th straight consecutive game. That would be an NBA record.
It's a bad deal.
1996, I bet Jamie can tell me what happened today. It may involve number 2.
It sounds like the Yankees No, that was too late for it, isn't it?
Too early. 96.
I don't know what he won the American League Rookie of the Year.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He looks like he could still play.
He's in decent shape, yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah.
And in 2005, Torian Henderson rushes for 4 touchdowns, and Jared Hicks scores on a second of his 8 catches as Texas Tech beats Texas A&M 56-17. And in 2022, Houston Astros win their second title in franchise history, beat the Philadelphia Phillies 4-1 at Minute Maid Park for Houston for a 4-2 series victory. MVP Astros shortstop Jeremy Pena. Dusty Baker at 73 becomes the oldest manager to win a championship. Phillies set in an anonymous record. There we go. Striking out 71 times. It is National Donut Day.
Do we have donuts in the building today?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have not looked.
Okay. Did not realize today was National Donut Day. Every year on this day, National Donut Day, or does it fluctuate?
As far as I know, it's every year.
Didn't know if it was like Lent or...
It's not like the third Wednesday of the month or anything.
Something like that. Yeah.
Rayford Young turns 48 today, so happy birthday to that former Red Raider basketball player.
Nice. How old?
48.
48.
Wow.
Odell Beckham Jr., 33. Brian Adams, 66. Jason Kelsey, 38. Nick Folk, 41. Johnny Damon, 52. And John Gray is 34.
John Gray is...
Texas Rangers pitcher.
Okay, that John Gray, yeah. Well, I didn't know if there was an actor.
Oklahoma Sooner.
Yeah.
And somebody who would have celebrated a birthday today. We normally don't do people who have passed, but, you know, he's kind of an icon around here.
This guy is a tiger in a trance and a saint of circumstance, and I love all things Chuck.
Bill Walton would have celebrated a birthday today.
How about that?
And on this day, 1941, the combined Japanese fleet receives top secret order numero 1. In just over a month's time, Pearl Harbor is to be bombed, along with Malaya, now known as Malaysia, the Dutch East Indies, and the Philippines. The Japanese military had long dominated Japanese foreign affairs, although official negotiations between the U.S. Secretary of State and the Japanese counterpart to ease tensions were ongoing. Hideki Tojo, the Minister of War, who would soon become Prime Minister, had no intention of withdrawing from the captured territories. He also considered the American threat of war as an ultimatum and prepared to deliver the first blow in a Japanese-American confrontation, the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
And that is this day in sports history.
This day in sports history. Okay. 6:49 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Time for a couple things here from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. One of the 4 teams with a bye won last year. That's part of why seeding is formatted differently this year. Yeah, that's right. Remember that now. If Jordan Tyson had played for Arizona State last postseason, one of the bye teams probably wouldn't have won.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I was unfamiliar with this award, and I think it's cool that he's getting it. I think it's very deserving. But former Red Raider basketball coach, athlete as well. He played for Texas Tech. In addition to being the director of athletics, Gerald Myers will be honored during the Texas Tech Hall of Fame ceremony with the prestigious Heritage Award. This event is going to take place at the YWCA on Friday night. This award was created in 2005. Are you familiar with this? Were you familiar with this award?
I don't remember hearing about it before.
I don't either. It's the highest honor a former letter winner can receive, designated to honor a former letter winner who has been exemplary in their chosen field while displaying qualities of sportsmanship, character, and integrity, all traits that resonate with Coach Myers. I've got a lot of respect for Coach Myers and what he did here and how he rebuilt his career after being fired as the basketball coach, staying on and working and just, he said, I've got a contract, put me to work. And they put him to work, and he excelled being a fundraiser and being an administrator, and then eventually became the director of athletics and was there in that position from 1996 to 2011. And, here's the thing that's fascinating. So we're talking almost 30 years ago when he took over as the director of athletics. The annual budget for Texas Tech in 1996 for the athletics department was $12 million.
A lot more now.
Yeah. It increased to $50 million by 2010 towards the end of his tenure there at Texas Tech. So, good for him, and congratulations to him. They will also welcome 8 new members into the Texas Tech Hall of Fame, including B.J. Simmons, Jacorian Duffield, Olympic gold medalist Janine Becky, and also Aaron Hunt and Ryan Aycock will be honored as well, along with golfer Gabriela Dominguez, Big 12 champion sprinter Sierra White, and baseball All-American outfielder Matt Kostilik. So that'll be Friday night. So we got a lot going on.
Pretty good group.
Yeah, really good group, right? Really good group there. So those are all Hall of Famers. Mm-hmm. So that'll be Friday. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to them for their honor and their work, and I'm sure that there'll be a big cheer for them at halftime when they're formally introduced there at Jones Stadium. Man, that's going to be a raucous event on Saturday, and it begins early, so you got to get there. Early, 11 a.m. kick. I would imagine. They'll open up the gates 90 minutes beforehand. I think they open the student gates a little bit before then, just to kind of get everybody in and get everybody settled. But I don't even know if you can get in. Like if you're going to be a student and get in, you might have to camp out Friday night to get in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah. It is crazy. Mm-hmm. And so, make sure you use all your tickets if you've got them, or distribute them to people that are going to use them. All right, it's just before 7 this morning here on the Morning Drive. We'll continue on. Sports Center is next. If you have a score prediction in mind you want to get off your chest, you can. Hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll have the high school fan zone on the air for you tonight. Coaches from Lubbock High, Friendship, and Lubbock Cooper all will pay a visit tonight. Friendship and Cooper, they are in the playoffs at this point in time. Monterey still trying to get in. They'll be in action tomorrow as they take on Caprock. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser turns in their uniform. So that's a lot on the line there.
A lot of pressure, no doubt.
No question about it. So
that makes it exciting, though.
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow from Lowry Field on 96.9 The Bull.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
With Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. We'll have Cowboys Crosstalk on the air for you tonight at 7 o'clock on Double T 97.3. Cowboys made some trades yesterday, so they'll discuss that and see how that is going to help their defense. And we'll find out on the field. All right, my question for you. Would you be for dropping all the Power 4 conference championship games and adding more teams to the college football playoff, whether it's 16 or 20?
Okay, so anything that is involving 20, I'm 1,000% out on.
Okay.
It makes no sense to have 20 teams.
Okay.
If you went to 24, you can make that bracket work. A 20-team bracket just does not work.
Okay. I understand.
Take that and just, drop a bomb on it.
Okay, put that in file 13. Got it.
To explain how a 20-team playoff's going to work.
I don't know. Just was throwing out just throwing out numbers. Okay.
Okay, so I'm completely against that.
It was 16 with 4 buys. Yeah, and that's where he got the 20. Yeah. But how that actually works is
it doesn't work.
Yeah, I got it. I was just.
24 you can make work.
Okay.
Yeah.
8 teams have a bye, 16 teams play. That makes 8 winners. 8 plays 8.
Yeah,
right.
I think
that works.
I think 8 buys is too much.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the conference championship games are good. I think 16 is plenty as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
I feel like those are. If you're outside the top 16, do I think you're still a really good football team? Sure, absolutely. But I think that 16 is enough for college football. This isn't basketball or baseball. Football's different. And so I think 16 is perfect amount. Everybody gets to play and host in the first round.
Would you no buys then at that point in time with the 16?
Yes. How would you do it with buys?
You come up with a way. You come up with a way. Well, you could have 4.
I guess you could have.
You could have 4. You could have 12.
You know, we made fun of ESPN last year when they introduced the bracket, and how awesome the bracket was, and it's the greatest invention of sports history. Maybe wondering, maybe they did invent the bracket last year because we haven't figured it out today.
I'm trying to figure out if it's possible, Chuck, with the buys. I don't know how you could get buys with 16, but anyway, no. So I like the college or the conference championship games, and I think 16 is perfect. Everybody gets to. Again, part of the reason that I want 16 is that I want everybody to get to host in the first round, the top 8. Okay? I don't want people to have to sit around and go, what would be better for us to host or to actually, have a bye? I mean, I think that the teams, and they're wanting to make money, and we're wanting to see great college football games and awesome atmospheres on campus and all that. So I don't want anybody to have a bye. Okay. And so I say let's go, and 16 seems like the perfect amount for me.
At what point in time do you think that the traditional bowls will be almost out of business? Like Pop-Tart, Alamo, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because, or do you think teams still get excited about going to a bowl game?
Obviously, it's way more exciting to play in the college football playoff.
Sure.
There's no question, but I feel like if we weren't who we've become this last off season, would we feel differently about this? Would we want, if we were a team that was, hey, we're going to be a good team this year, we'll probably go 8-4, 9-3, would we not want to play in a bowl game?
Yeah,
you've kind of pushed this narrative a little bit.
I have,
I mean, if we were 8-4, 9-3, we wouldn't want our team to play in a bowl game.
I just wonder at what point in time do the bowl games all just become part of the college football playoff?
Well, there's too many of them, isn't there?
Well, there's going to be some that are going to go away just because of the economics of things, of whether television's going to pay for the right to broadcast them, and the cities themselves are going to go, it's not worth it. It's too expensive. We're losing money on this stuff. Like the Gasparilla Bowl or the First Responder Bowl or the Boca Raton Bowl or the 68 Ventures Bowl or the Cure Bowl or the whatever.
I don't want to. I mean, for a long time, we had a good long bowl streak and all that kind of stuff, and I know times are different, and I love the fact that we're in the playoff and we're not talking about a bowl game. And if we end up in a bowl game this year and not the playoff, it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
But there's only 12 teams that make the playoff.
Yeah.
Okay, right now. Hopefully it gets to 16. But I don't know that we should be sitting here acting like, man, we wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I know it kind of sounds that way.
Yeah, no, that sounds that way from you, not from me.
Yeah, no, from me. I understand that.
I think that's.
I just wonder at what point in time to or does the new order?
ESPN's making money off of them. Okay?
Right now they are.
And are we? I guess you're assuming that all fans are going to not want to watch bowl games anymore?
At some point in time, I think so. I
really?
Think, mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the.
I disagree.
Nondescript bowls are just.
I love bowl games around the holidays. I love afternoons, Wednesday bowl game. In that week between Christmas and New Year and all that. That's fun to me. I like college football. Okay?
No, I understand that. I like college football too. It's just when it gets to exhibition season like that, my interest wanes.
Okay, the playoffs better. We all admit that.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, we all admit that. Okay, but
let's see here. Chuck, you of all people should understand the purpose of bowls. They are content for ESPN. I do understand that. At some point in time, that content is going to be diminished, and the number of people that watch that is going to be diminished, which means that the commercials that they sell are going to be harder and harder and harder to sell. That's kind of what I think we're eventually going to get to that, and it's going to the playoff is going to lead to the death of more of some of these bowls.
The bowl games are cheaper than any other content they can put on right now, and they get more money out of it.
Maybe so.
That's the other side of that coin. Like, what does it cost ESPN to put on a bowl game?
I have no idea.
Camera guys, electronic, the setup, which they've already purchased. They just got to get it there.
But the cities that are hosting these too, there's an expense for them. At some point in time, they're going to say it's not worth it
to turn the lights on in the stadium and have people there and buy tickets and get fan bases
bowl
there?
Tickets aren't cheap.
And I wonder too, if the bowl games are going to be in the future part of the players' contracts that they have to play in the bowl games, or they lose some of their.
I'm sure that's coming.
Some of their money.
1,000% needs to be in there.
Yeah. 44 games, bowl games is as ridiculous as the UIL playoffs where a 2-8 team can go. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I hear what you're saying. Give me 1980 with 15 games. Jamie and Chuck, here's some middle ground. We need to keep the bowl games, but even before the advent of the playoff system, we had too many bowls, too many teams reducing the honor of being in a bowl. So keep your 16-team playoff. I love it. Keep bowls, but let's get rid of some of them.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
You could probably cut.
I'd like it to be more
8.
meaningful. Yeah, I think
or 8.
I think there's some truth to that. All right.
So let's just make this clear. Chuck is advocating for less football.
Less bowl games, yes, because 6-6 or 5-7 bowl teams just mean nothing to me.
I mean, they might get in the way of the Jags-Colts game on Thursday night.
Bengals-Jets.
Okay? I
mean, Bengals-Jets,
we cannot be in the way of the NFL. Okay? Yeah. Chuck might have to turn the channel from his recliner. Okay, while he's watching his 5th NFL game in a row. We're sorry our little college football gets in your way, Chuck. We're sorry.
This might be the text of the day. We haven't even made a playoff, and Chuck is an elitist. Yeah.
1,000%. So incredibly accurate.
But I'm for less bowls. That I want the bowls to actually mean something. Like, you got to win 8 games or 7 games at least, or 9 games to get to a bowl game.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen, pretty simple question for us today. BYU coming up on the schedule. What scares you about BYU's football team?
I think I'm concerned about their running back. But your rush defense has been outstanding. But it looks like L.J. Martin is going to play. He has 818 yards on 132 attempts. He's rushed for 5 touchdowns. So I'm going to back off of that. I think our offense concerns me. It has not run. I realize the yardage is impressive, the points scored is impressive, all that kind of stuff, but I think your defense has been responsible for a lot of your production. I'm concerned that the sputtering of your offense won't be enough to overcome the greatness of your defense.
Again, you're asking what we're worried about BYU.
He answered it as like the BYU game, so I'm good with that.
Okay,
I'm good with that. It was a good answer.
What concerns me about BYU is that they are the 7th ranked team in the country for a reason. They are a really good football team. They are solid in more than one area. This is not like the Kansas game where we knew we could have our day, our cake, our ice cream,
our
and
way
everything
with
against the running game because they couldn't stop a run. This is not the Houston game where you felt like you could pass all over them and just dominate them that way. This is a well-rounded football game against a highly ranked opponent who is undefeated and clearly knows how to win in the Big 12. All of BYU has me in a little concern. Not like Kansas State concerned last week, because that's PTSD in my head.
That's your paranoia.
This is hard-nosed football coming up on Saturday. This is a cage match with 2 really good football teams, And you don't. And I say this, one of these teams has to lose. Like, there's two really good football teams going in, only one gets a win.
Correct.
So that kind
Checks
of
out.
atmosphere is what
Checks out.
concerns me. That kind of, you're going to have to play your A game, assuming they're playing their A game.
Yeah.
So that concerns me.
I think I'm going where Chuck started. They, as far as passing goes in the Big 12 conference, are 12th in the conference. On the ground, they are second in the Big 12. 5.4 yards per carry. If BYU is going to win this game, they are going to have to be really good up front, and they're going to have to be able to run the football. I think this BYU team is impressive. They look good in all aspects of the way they play. I still don't think that they've been challenged like the Red Raiders have up to this point. And so I think that factors into some of their numbers. I think they've had an easier Big 12 schedule than the Red Raiders have. But they just have an it factor to them, and I think that starts with their quarterback. I think he just finds a way to get it done. And so I think the physicality of their run game scares me. That being said, I'm obviously very confident in our run defense and what we are as a whole defensively. Tops in the conference in rush defense. So it's good on good here. But to me, it's their rush offense that's – I mean, they're fine passing the football. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're terrible. But I think if you can slow them down running the football and you can keep them from having a big day running, then I think you have a chance to win this game, by 10 or more.
And that becomes strength versus strength.
Yeah, it's good on good, no doubt.
And because when you look at the Tech defense against the run, it's the best in the conference and it's the best in the country, averaging just 75 yards a game. So if you want to take out the first three games, you still have 5 more games to look at, in Big 12 play, and you're first in that. Meanwhile, in the rushing offense, like you said, they're second. They average 217 yards a ball game. The thing that kind of you wonder is, okay, well, if you stop the run, does that open up the passing game a little bit for them? Which they pass the ball for basically the same number of yards as they run the ball, 217 per game. But with that, they're just 12th in the Big 12, and your passing defense is 5th in the Big 12, but you give up 197 yards a game, so maybe they'll try to attack you, Jamie.
Yeah, maybe that's something that they'll go after. I don't know. That would kind of take away their strength as far as if they decide they're
I understand that, but maybe they'll use the running backs out of the backfield to make some catches and stuff like that. L.J. Martin has 11 receptions for 82 yards.
I think they'll try a variety of things.
Yeah. So that'll be very interesting. But when you look at who they played, and that was something I was going to get to earlier, and I didn't get to it, but they beat Portland State 69-0. Okay, you've got one of those. They beat Stanford 27-3. Stanford is a mess. They did win at East Carolina, so they did go on the road in non-conference play and win 34-13. They won at Colorado. They won by just 3, but, man, Colorado looks like a mess, doesn't it, with Dion saying to reporters, hey, you can't talk to the players today after they lost. I'm like, hey, come on, these guys are professional athletes. They're being paid. If you want to protect some of the freshmen and the sophomores, but those guys that are juniors and seniors who are being paid handsomely to be there, they need to face the music.
Yeah, I think they've definitely dealt with some injuries since they played BYU. But, I just, again, like I said earlier, I don't think BYU has been challenged like we have. I mean,
West Virginia at Arizona took 2 overtimes there.
They beat Utah, and that was a game at home, no doubt. And that game could have really gone either way. But that was an impressive win, no question. Because, I mean, if you look at the numbers, offensively, defensively, whatever, scoring-wise in the conference. It's the Red Raiders 1, it's Utah 2, and it's BYU 3. So I think those two teams are really, really close together. That's why I really believe that Utah is the third best team in the conference.
Well, and you have to tip your hat to BYU for winning at Iowa State. We know how hard it is to win there. 7:40 this morning on the Morning Drive.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
We come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app for that. All right. Some things here from the chat line. Barnes probably cheated, but hasn't had any NCAA issues like Sampson. Okay. Sampson didn't get ousted at OU. Indiana hired him away from OU. He did get in trouble at Indiana for what at the time were illegal contacts with recruits. Yeah, he sent like 1 million text messages.
I thought he also got in trouble at Oklahoma, too. He just didn't get fired over it.
Yeah, I thought there was some trouble.
That's what I have in my mind. I don't remember if that's accurate or not.
Yeah.
Seems like he's been like Calipari. He's pretty much everywhere he goes, he leaves a trail of some issues.
There's some little slime. But he's done a good job at Houston.
I like some of the things that he says now. I mean, I think he's obviously he's a terrific coach. I don't think there's any question there. But I like some of the things that he says, whether he's talking about guys not wanting to play, whether it's about NIL stuff, whatever. I like he's kind of got an old school sense to him. Mm-hmm. I think it's great when people do better for themselves, so to speak. Like they let's say they mess up, whatever, they serve their punishment or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then they come back strong. Mm-hmm. I think that's great. I'm less likely to highlight that than maybe other people are, because ultimately we don't highlight the people that are just consistently do things right.
Yeah.
We instead highlight the guy who fell down and got back up instead of the guy who was just able to just walk down the street fine.
Yeah, be good.
You know what I mean? So it's the guy who gets himself into trouble that we're all patting on the back.
Yeah.
And the guy who stays out of trouble the whole time on the straight and narrow doesn't get the
props.
He does, yeah. And so I'm less likely to highlight the guy who, as we talked about, was a cheater before. Now he's gotten it figured out. I don't know.
He was better at Oklahoma. Go ahead.
We also do celebrate guys that do it for a very long time in the right way. Coach K comes to mind. Like, the amount of success that he had, the respect that his players have, and the rest of college basketball had for him. I mean, I don't have his entire career memorized, but I don't remember anything where he just gotten in giant trouble for anything along these lines. He was never fired. And, say what you will, Bob Knight had his issues at Indiana, but he's still beloved there and beloved here.
Didn't have issues with the NCAA.
But it was different issues, but beloved in both places, and, honored at both places. Is it unfair that they don't get we hear about the bad stories and then the redemption as opposed to just the good stories all the time? Yes. But it's not exclusive.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sampson was better at Oklahoma than I thought. He has the highest winning percentage in Oklahoma's history at 719.
I mean, I think he's a great coach.
9 consecutive 20-win seasons.
I mean, the way his team plays, how physical and defensive-minded they are, and they take care of the ball. I mean, I think any fan would want his team coached like that, right?
A Sweet 16, a Final Four, an Elite 8. So he was better than I thought. Sooners also won the Big 12 tournament title in 2003. They went his 279 wins are second in school history behind only Billy Tubbs. Okay, all right. So I stand corrected. He was better at Oklahoma than I thought. Let's see. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Derek writes in, 34-28 Tech. Heart attack kids win it. Okay, heart attack kids win it.
Heart attack kids. I mean, we've been blowing people out.
Yeah, right. I don't know about heart attack. BYU.
I think the heart attack happens at halftime. Yeah. And then you're recovered by the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I wanted to get this in because, good morning, gents. Chuck, I met you at lunch yesterday, right? I thought Tech game was exciting to see our lineup of shooters we have now. I can't wait for Saturday. The college football show last night gave a lot of love toward Tech. Finally, have a great day. Yeah, thank you. And then he goes on to give us a score prediction. BYU is solid, but they have not faced a D like Tech's this year. Tech wins 32-24. Big book it. Okay, we'll big book it. Okay. BYU's luck worries me the most, getting favorable calls against Arizona and Utah to help them win late, or an Iowa State player blocking himself into a punt for the difference in that game. Just don't beat ourselves and stop the run, and we should beat them.
Okay.
What do you...
I'm laughing about the guy blocking himself into the punter.
Yeah.
How does one block
into
oneself?
a punt? I don't know. I didn't see that play, so I don't know. I don't know. Can't tell you. I don't know if you guys follow a lot of social media, some, but not a whole lot. But a lot of BYU discussions keep popping up on my feed, and they are way overconfident and think they're going to come in here and run over us. Okay, well, we got something to say about that. We got the plan to win.
I would also say that I think our fan base is pretty confident that we're going to run over them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it feels like pretty typical stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
I've seen confidence on both sides. I haven't seen hatred on either side.
No, I agree.
Like, this really does... This isn't a BYU hate week. This is there's two good teams getting together on Saturday week.
I think we all dislike the other folks in Utah way more, right?
Yes.
Utah, yeah. 29 minutes ago, Chuck, did you need a ladder to get on that high horse? Nope. I got long enough legs to get on my high horse. Okay.
He got his knees replaced.
A little Shetland pony?
That's right. This from Squeaky Wheel. I was not expecting 5 guys to be out for Tech last night. Hopefully they're back for the Illinois game. Oh, they'll be back for the Illinois game. You can be assured for that. Whether they're going to play on Friday is another thing. It's a little disappointing. It was a lot disappointing, to be quite honest. I was like, oh, they're going to introduce JT Toppin last. No. No.
Guess better banged up now than when start of Big 12 play, but just for the start of the season and, wanting to, we're all so excited about these guys.
Right.
And then, again, I don't know if it's, I assume Anderson and Atwell are both starters for you, I assume.
I guess, yeah.
So 60% of the starting lineup not playing was like, oh, man, that's kind of a kick in the gut. I guess we don't really get to see the new look team. Mm-hmm. Not really. Hey, but Christian Anderson was legit, man. He was really good.
I mean, he was worth the price of admission last night. No question. 8:10 this morning here on the morning drive. And the halftime dunkers were really good, both
That's cool.
Monday night and last night.
Oh, and I heard your girl performed last night, like at a Bulls game or something.
The Red Panda was performing last night?
Yeah, I heard she was back.
Good for her. Okay. Back and better than ever.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.